Good morning, thriving warriors. Alexa, what is the date?
It's Monday, January 2nd.
Great. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:11 a.m.
Okay. Cool. And Alexa, what is the weather?
Right now in Amargosa Valley, it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Today's forecast has cloudy skies with a high of 44 degrees and a low of 32 degrees.
Okay, so during the summer, it's going to be 70 degrees warmer, at least, and maybe 60 degrees warmer on the cold side. Okay, so here we are at Department of Career Services. Good morning, Charlene. We will be leaving at around 9:30. Good morning, Diana. I have your address. We're going to be sending you the exercise book. Thank you. Okay, what do we do here at Department of Career Services? We help people get from point A to point B, A to B. We help you, our members, get from point A to point B. We don't take you there, we help you get there. Before we get started on this quick, short podcast, please have your appropriate tools, your coffee, va bene, your pen. I have a new pen. This is the old style of the multi-think pen, and notebook to write. I like small ones so I can carry them in my briefcase, and they're permanent bound, not spiral bound, because it says to me it is permanent. Spiral bound says to me, oops, I made a mistake. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to erase that page from history. Okay, that sounds like Charlene may have gone into the kitchen at Rain Man. Camp Liberty. So I will turn off the alarms, the notifications. Okay, good. So we're 2:30 into it. We help people get from point A to point B through a series of breadcrumbs along the journey. It's a journey from point A to point B. We supply breadcrumbs along the way to help get you there. So what are the breadcrumbs? They are located in the description down below. Please subscribe, click the bell, and share, and also thumbs up. If we can get a thumbs up, it tells those next. Okay, please do that. Some of the breadcrumbs we have linked to our online 4-week basic training course, which people since 2011 have been taking for over 10, 12 years now. It's slightly improved, but much of it is the same. We have a link to today's motivational video, which is the motivational video, the thing I use to create this talk, this little thing. So that's the key thing, not this, that. We have a link to the TED Talk that goes with where we are in our basic training course. Today we are on week 1, day 1, Daniel Amen talking about what he's learned from 83,000 brain scans. It's probably now closer to or over 200,000 brain scans. We'll talk a little bit about that later. We have links to today a book summary, a very good book summary on blitz scaling. Blitz scaling. Kind of like a blitzkrieg, but you can apply it to your life. We have information and links below to other services we provide: housing, clothing, food, hygiene, transportation, skills training, foundational employment, and career planning. Because one size fits one here. One size fits one. Everyone is unique. There's some things we have in common that we need to do, but when it comes to career planning, one size fits one. Everybody is unique. Everybody has the thing that is their own passion. So we're going to help you find that. We also have the transcript of Seth Godin's daily blog. So that's all of the stuff, the breadcrumbs contained in here. And the next breadcrumb is the theme, our daily theme. It's simple. Routinize good habits. That came from Jordan Peterson in today's talk. Routinize good habits, turn them into a routine. Later in the video, one of the speakers says that if you do a thing for 66 days, it creates a routine that it's harder to not do the routine than to do it. Oh, did you notice that picture on the wall there? Yeah, that is a painting, an actual painting I bought in 2003, 2002 in Spain, that we've now moved over here because we're trying to snazzy the place up. So I brought it from from Camp Liberty to here. Okay, so some of the other memes from today, because time is racing, check your programs. So if you have the idea, there's this idea that we have habits and routines. Some habits are good, some habits are bad. Jordan Peterson says, routinize your good habits, because then you don't have to have active brain processes working, engaged to make that happen. We can leave our active brain, our conscious brain, free to focus on doing other things, as non-consciously we have a routine that's helping us do other things. Driving a car would be a good example. We drive our car mainly non-consciously. How do I know? Well, when we're talking to other people, singing, doing whatever we're doing, we're still driving the car. We're doing it non-consciously. Another part of our brain is doing that. Jordan Peterson is saying, routinize good habits. That frees up your brain to do other things. Now, along with that, we should check all of the habits, which another speaker calls programs. These are self-running programs. Check the programs under the hood. Check the programs. Get rid of the bad ones. We have a lot of bad ones. People who smoke, people who see some food and they have to eat it. People who have a little tinge of hunger. Oh, I gotta get something to eat, rather than just let it pass. Another bad habit people have, or I say not good habit people have, is feeling they have to comment on anything somebody says to them, rather than I can just say nothing. I don't even have to acknowledge you said something. I can just ignore the comment. Why do I have to respond just because somebody says something, especially if they're trying to provoke me? I don't always need to respond. And again, especially if you're being provoked. So check your programs. Okay, now on to our daily TED Talk. Week 1, day 1, what are we doing here in our 4-week neuroscience-oriented approach to success? We want to help you get to success, which we will call, rock and roll quote, Successville. How do you get to Successville? Let's see, is Diana on? Diana, are you there? Charlene, are you there? I did get a 1 thumbs up. Good. But I show only one person's on. So who's still here? Diana, yes. Charlene, yes. Okay, good. Well, they're both there. Okay, cool. How do we get to Successville? Well, the metaphor we use is driving a car. We're going to drive. We're going to go on a journey. We're going to drive our car to Successville. And this 4-week course tells us everything we need to do to be able to do that. And the starting point, week 1, is just the introduction and overview to Successville. How do we get there? And on neuroscience level now, we start looking at the brain. And we start with Dr. Amen talking about brain damage. Because if our brain is damaged, if our car is damaged, do we expect it to perform as well as an undamaged car? Probably not. So we need to understand how the brain gets damaged. And he says The brain can be damaged pretty easily because it's the consistency of soft butter, and there's a lot of sharp bony ridges inside of our skull. So if you bang your head against something hard, neurons, your brain is going to slam up against your head enough so that you could, like if you have a concussion, you will have brain damage. You will damage some of the neurons in your brains. And they're very, very, very fragile, or fragile, however you want to say it. That's today with Daniel Amen. But not only does he says it's easy to damage your brain can be repaired to an extent. And that occurs through something called a Brain Smart program. And our takeaway from this is our neuroscience-oriented approach to success is a Brain Smart program. What we're trying to do is help you learn how to get to Successville, how to become more successful in life, versus, or as opposed to some of the examples Dr. Amen uses, is remembering your past. Okay, so next we talked about some of the meat. We talked about the video. We talked about the TED Talk. How about Seth Godin? What does Seth have to say today? The title of his blog is Virtually No One. Compared to the overall population, which if it's the world population is about 7.5 billion, 7.8 billion, I don't know. Alexa, okay, Google, what's the world population?
In 2021, the population of the world was 7,836,630,792.
Okay, so we're probably 7.9 billion people. So compared to the overall population of the world, let's say, virtually no one built Wikipedia. Virtually no one voted for the senator, and virtually no one starts a business. Virtually no one cares enough to help a stranger in need, and virtually no one leads the way. Right. So out of 7.9 billion people, how many people would have to do something for us to be able to say, well, some people do it? 10%? 790 million people? 10%? 1%? 79 million people? So we have some people who don't know boundaries. Okay. Let's see if they get the hint. Okay, so Seth Godin, virtually no one, because virtually no one is enough. Okay, we don't need a lot of, in other words, you don't need a lot of people. Virtually no one can make things happen. So I have to learn my lesson. That I gave work, just ignore things. Just because somebody sends me a text, or just because you send a text, it doesn't mean you have to read it or reply. Except some people just keep sending text after text after text. And that, in defense of myself, was the reason I responded. And there has yet been another response. So, trying not to block the person. But some people just don't get it. Okay, next thing on our hit parade. Next thing. Okay, blitz scaling at rapid rate. Main takeaway is speed is more important than accuracy or efficiency. Just get there, then fix it. do it, then fix it. Today is the first work day of the new year. Let's focus on making something happen. Write down your goals. Start with, I'm so happy and grateful now that blank. So maybe you can take out your pen. Let's do this little exercise for a few seconds. I'm so happy and grateful now that okay. I'm so happy, and I'll start. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have help at the Oasis. The last couple of weeks were kind of tough. Not only was Christmas and the New Year's approaching, so I had external things to do for that, but I did not have help with the horses, the other people, and the property. Things that really don't take care of themselves. The horses don't really take care of themselves. I can't train them to feed themselves. Other people and the property, I couldn't figure out how to train the leaves to fall and then aggregate themselves into a pile on top of a tarp without my intervention, or for the Oasis to maintain the proper level, et cetera, or the stuff to blow hither yonder, or ... So I'm so happy and grateful now that I have help at the Oasis. How about you? How about y'all? How about y'all? Okay, so let's see, 17 minutes in. And let's go to our second to last breadcrumb, Navy SEAL maxim. Act such that yesterday was the only easy day. That's a great way to continue on your journey. Don't expect it to be easy. Push yourself just a little bit more each day. Get used to it. If you do it for the TED or for the motivational video today, you do it for 66 days. It gets harder to not make yesterday the only easy day than it is to make it the only easy day. And I think that's proven out by Diana and Charlene, who've been on here for 2-3 times the 66 days. And it's probably harder for them now to not watch this than it is to get up and do it. So last breadcrumb, if you're still here, if you are alive, you can have this belief, and I think we can tie it into yesterday was the only easy day. If you're still here, that means God isn't done with you yet. Okay? So keep fighting the good fight. And can somebody say, and cut? Okay, Diana's happy that she is in school. And cut. And Charlene, and cut. Thank you. Boom.